Okay, welcome back to the channel. So, episode 13 for season 5 of Yellowstone just dropped, and a lot happened in this episode. And I we'll get into it in a second here, but I do want to say, because I know that there's been a lot of talk. It is officially ending. The show is officially ending. There are, I guess, talks for spinoff with Beth and Rip. Nothing it has been greenlit though in that regard, and obviously 1923 is coming back next year for season 2, so that's awesome. I do want to talk a little bit about this episode and kind of the setup for the series finale. Overall, I didn't mind this episode. I know there was been a lot of chatter online about Taylor Sheridan's scenes and whether they were necessary or not. I mean, listen, I feel like Yellowstone overall has had a lot of filler scenes throughout the series, and this is certainly not the first, nor will I feel like it will be the last from Taylor. And so, but it's his show and he can do whatever the hell he wants. And if he wants to stick himself in there, then that's his right and prerogative, and fans will like or dislike what they see, and that's their right too. So I personally did not. I felt like there were some moments that were unnecessary, for sure, in this episode. But do I feel like it overtook the entire episode? I do not feel like it did. I think, the auction happening, the scenes with Teeter were really. I am actually really glad that they spent some time there with Teeter, because certainly we're still reeling from the death of Colby. So for me to see Teeter in this episode, to have several scenes with her, um, felt right. And I'm glad that they did that. And I'm glad that they had the scene at the bar with Beth. And I was very happy to see all of that. I really was. That was pretty rough last week. So there was some really great moments in the episode, and obviously honoring John and Kobe. That scene was very well done and beautiful, and I feel like the way that they're going to end it is going to be good. I really do, and I think they're going to tie off loose ends as best they can. And I don't know that there are a lot of loose ends to tie, to be honest. I really feel like this episode was a really great setup for the final episode, and certainly the last was awesome. And Casey and Beth and that relationship, I really have grown to love and appreciate that sibling bond. And I feel like wow, uh it's funny the concept of you don't get to keep something unless you're willing to give it away. That's such a interesting life lesson for some of us. I know that in the Bible it says, yeah, I think it's in Matthew. It's for whoever would save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life will find it. And that concept, I feel like, is very true about this land, and what the solution is. And it's like just giving it away, and which is great, because that the title of this episode is give the world away. And so, yeah, I just feel like Casey's idea is cool and right, and it's the right thing to do. And so I'm looking forward to how this ends. I don't have much else to say. Jamie is doing Jamie things, and I don't know how they're going to wrap that up. And honestly, I don't really care. I care that he gets his that that the family gets their pound of flesh for what he did, of course. But I feel like it would be interesting if nothing happened to him and he just kept alive and unscathed by any of this. And I would find that very interesting. An interesting end to his character arc. Yeah, I feel like this episode was really well done, and sure, there are some things that we could have done without. Isn't that with every episode? I mean, that we ever watch, there's some things that you just like, why did they put this here? Of course. And so nothing is going to be perfect. But I try to look at the overall episode, and that's how I'm judging it. It's a good setup for the end. And I wasn't ready for the end last week, and even in the beginning of this second part, I haven't been ready, but I think I'm ready for it to end. And I think it's good. So those are my thoughts. Not a whole lot this week, but I really look forward to next week's episode. Let me know your thoughts and how you feel about it, and we'll talk to you soon.